Hey everyone, it's Carrie. We are at the At Home store today. We are in Claremont, Florida. We're going to go in and see what's new. If you're new here, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back, everyone. I'm happy you're all here. How's everyone's week going? Got some Halloween things up front. We'll look at a little bit of Halloween, a little bit of fall. What else are we going to look at? Some furniture. Kind of wind our way around the store. Last week we were here, we went through a lot of these inflatables, so I have those in our last video. However, I will make a little pit stop here so you can see the variety that they have and the pricing for each of them. And don't forget, if you don't have an at-home store near you, they do have a website. Got all sorts of inflatables in here. They have ones that are small up to ones that will literally touch the roof in here at 20 feet. And just a disclaimer, we're not going through any of the super scary stuff. I will, if I ever end up showing any of that stuff. I know some of you love that stuff. If I do, I'll give a heads up ahead of time because I know a lot of people just don't, and that's a-okay. But I want to be very fair about that because I don't want to drag anyone down the road of icky creepy. I do like those pillows though, even though they have spiders on them. They're kind of fancy spiders, right? They have a variety of Halloween pillows in here. What is your decorating style for Halloween? Are you spooky? Are you more cute pumpkin like this? Are you strictly fall and you don't do Halloween? I'm definitely more on the fancy, kind of glammy side. I like fancy bats, fancy spiders, things like that. I guess maybe think Martha Stewart, if any of you have seen how she does a lot of decorating where it's not spooky, more dinner party kind of style. Got some super cool pumpkins down here. This cat is pretty cool. This has a very vintage vibe to it, and I like that a lot. That's the other thing. I do like kind of retro vintage Halloween, and it works well with that kind of fancy Halloween, which is funny because I'm not a fancy person. I don't wear high heels. I don't really like dress clothes. Give me running shoes and comfy clothes every day. This pillow is $25. I think we've hit that point now with the stores that it's just going to be Halloween. It's going to be, some of these stores are Christmas, y'all. It's crazy. Woo! Hold on, pillow. This happy haunting pillow is trying to jump off the shelf at us, but I do love that it has tassels on it. That's super cute. So we'll check out some fall decor now. They have really pretty wreaths at this store. This would be beautiful on a front door. And the pricing on their wreaths, typically I was going to say about $40, anywhere from kind of that like $19 if it's a very basic one, all the way up into the 50s. That one up top that says it's 50, it's not a very full wreath for 50, so I contrast that with these $40 ones. Let's see how much this one is. This one is only 30 compared to the one up above, and this one is larger and a little more full. I love this one. I love that kind of like, it's got some gray blue leaves in there with the buffalo check ribbon. Got some fall looking, those look like hydrangeas to me actually. I like that one in there with the pumpkins. Yeah, I was laughing. I went to Costco the other day. I was really hoping that they would have the fall decor in there because everyone's been showing off a lot of the Halloween items, and I went in and I found a Christmas nativity set and one little candy bucket and one pillow. That was it. I think we're in a lot of swimsuits and a lot of summer stuff. I think we're just, I don't know. I think my Costco is like, we're not doing Halloween. Who knows? This one is pretty too. I like those kind of creamy white leaves on there. That one I couldn't, there's a price tag in here. Oh, there is. And there it's, aha. These are $40. Sorry about that. I thought the bottom half of that tag was missing. And that's normally where they have their big price tag. So I've got kind of a centerpiece down here with some flowers on it. You could put 4 candles. They have a pretty big floral selection at the at-home store, which is, I would say it's very comparable to, if not a little bit larger than, dare I say, Hobby Lobby, maybe? Kind of like that size, that scale. This one is $30. And I know some of you are losing your at-home stores because they did just go through a big bankruptcy reorganization. And so unfortunately, there's going to be some people losing jobs over that. And for that, I'm sorry. And I'm sorry that some of you are losing the stores. I don't know if I have no idea if we're going to keep ours, but I have two that I'm aware of in this area, and we're still kind of relatively new. So Claremont, Florida is this one, and there is one in Kissimmee. I've not been to that one yet. Maybe we'll have to go see if it's set up any different. Some pretty fall leaves in here. Oh, this one lights up. So it must have are there little micro lights on here? Let's see. There sure are. That would be pretty. On a mantle, around a door. Where would we use that? I love garlands like that. They're super versatile as to how you want to use them. So we've got $7 for that bunch. It's got kind of a thinner garland, as is this one. This one's got the berries on it. Oh, with little pumpkins too. Also $7 for that one. So this one is fun. It's got some kind of lime green. I like those colors also. $7 for that one. These are pretty with the creams. All of these colors in here are absolutely beautiful. This is the time of year that I do miss. I grew up in the Midwest, so I do miss the change that starts to happen in that kind of like September, October. For all the years that we lived in Texas, fall didn't really arrive until November. And I'm assuming here in Florida, there's probably no such thing as fall. So I'll just have to get some florals like this and bring it home. These are all the little kind of mini bouquets, the little bushels, whatever you would like to call those, but they have all those tucked in there. And they do still have plenty of patio furniture. Not as much as they did early on, but they do still have a pretty good selection. I love these little outdoor pillows. These run $10. They have them set up over here. Aren't they pretty? On this little set out here, so you can transition your patio to a little more fall. I also like this one here. We've got the Thanksgiving pillows. And this is the store that I've mentioned a whole bunch of times. I love the flower pot selection at this store. It is the largest flower pot selection. You'll see the ones way up top. They have ones that are teeny tiny all the way up to absolute commercial size, bigger than most of us could dream having in front of our houses. Huge variety of flower pots. They have these other ones. In fact, they have a bunch of these super lightweight ones, and I love because they're gigantic. They look like they weigh a ton, but they're really lightweight. There's different patterns up here. I like that white and blue. We'll just peek a little bit. I know it's, for most of you, we're kind of ending the planting season. Those of us in the South, we get to kind of plant throughout the season. Like for Christmas, I get to put out poinsettias, and they typically stay outside they could stay outside year round, but they stay outside and they look really pretty. Those are $40 for that one. In North Texas, I was pretty good to leave things out, just depending on what it was. Sometimes into January, sometimes February. It just depended when those kind of hard freezes came around, and then the location of where your flower pots were. We have some fall throw blankets actually over here. Oh, we do. So $10. These would be kind of fun to have out on the patio. Kind of keep them. I mean, obviously, I know not with the weather, but something that you could just take in and out with you. That one has little cats on it. That's adorable. Let's see, does this one have little donuts? Oh, it does. Little donuts and little hot chocolates and apple cider. This one is pretty with the green and the pumpkins. I have not found a price on these very large sunflowers. Those things are literally bigger than my hand. We have all sorts of beautiful products over here that we can use to decorate our entryways, our front patios. These would all be covered areas though, because the materials, they're kind of that wood and resin press board, those materials that you just don't want them out in the weather, but it'd be beautiful on a covered front porch. Even inside, but he's cute. Oh my goodness. We've got the fake hay bales. The little mushrooms that are there, those are wood. The dog's adorable. That pumpkin wreath is really pretty. We've got welcome flags for the fall. Those are only, are those $4? Those are $4 for those. There's some lanterns in here. I like this little ladder where it says home, but the O is the pumpkin. That lantern has a little LED candle inside there. I like that one. It's pretty. We've got some outdoor fall pillows back here. Let's kind of take a look at some of these. That one's pretty with the, actually you could do those inside too, why not? Actually, some of these I think are actually, I would say these are actually a little more, some are a little more inside than outside, just looking at the materials. Or if you put them outside, have them in a covered area. That one's fun. There's a lot of football decor this year, which is kind of cool. Hobby Lobby also has some football decor, but I've seen quite a bit here at the at-home store. These are fun. They're fabric pumpkins. Let's see, sorry, this thing's giving me a bad time. We are $25 for that one. There we go. They have them in a few different patterns. Ooh. That one's got a little bit of pink in it. I like that. And the cream one. So this is so pretty. This is the one that was, whoa, sorry everyone. Hang on. There we go. That was the one that was up top. I'm going to get myself in trouble pulling some things off the shelves. I always say that pillows are some of the hardest. Pillows and bedding are some of the hardest things to show off because they just jump off the shelf. These little pumpkin spice fragrance little mini brooms, they smelled fantastic. I wish you could all smell those. That wreath is really pretty. It had little kind of natural wood pumpkins in it. You've got a hello fall. I like that too. This one is $5. And this little gnome, he is $13. The corn cobs back there, those are metal. And those can be in your yard stakes. So this is kind of cool. It's got some LED, sorry about that, candles inside. That would be really fun on a patio. Those are $35. I have ones just like that that have spider webs on them. So here are the wreaths. I had shown you these at, or something similar to this, over at Home Goods. But I want to kind of show you a little bit more in detail. It's like a wood shaving that they spiral to put all of those little kind of florets in there. It's super cool. I see a lot of those. And then the same with this. It's little pieces of thin wood. They're so pretty. We do still have a lot of patio furniture. I don't know if all of your stores will still have the patio furniture. I noticed they are starting to kind of make way, which means Christmas is coming in pretty soon. That's typically what that means in our stores when the patio furniture starts to head out. But they have an abundance of these sling chairs, and I'll show you a price tag on those in a little bit. These 2 packs of pillows, these are indoor pillows. They are $35 and they come in the 3 different colors. This one has leaves, this one has pumpkins, and the other one also has pumpkins. They still had a big variety of outdoor summer pillows though. Summer pillows, they still have umbrellas. And then just in case you need a very large, this has got to be a clean 6-foot tall rooster for your yard. That'll set you back $200. When I lived in Texas, there was someone that actually had these staked up outside their ranch. It was hysterical right at their entrance. Here are the prices for the sling chairs. They've got them in rocking chairs, chaise lounges, just regular dining chairs. And this store has just about every color you could possibly imagine when it comes to sling chairs. So we've got these chairs still. These are $70. Yellow, this kind of teal green, and pink. And you know what? That could be an inside chair too in a kid's room or just a very colorful space. So let's go through some bar stools. So we've got counter height and we have bar height. So your counter height is going to be 80. Your bar height on that one was 90. And this particular style, they have them in 3 different colors. So they've got this chocolate brown color here, maybe espresso. And then this one here is they call it gray, but it kind of pulls a little like charcoal black gray maybe. That's how I would describe that one. So $140 and $100, and I'm going to hold the camera way up high so you can see those. And then there is the natural finish version of that same chair that was up top. I pulled these down and sat in them. They're actually nice and comfortable. They're not real small, which I don't like very small island, like chairs at my island, bar stools. I want people to be able to sit there, be comfortable, hang out. This one also was very comfortable. And you can see like it was kind of like a wide bottom seat. It is a very sturdy chair. The base that it was sitting on, that press board down there, was kind of a little wonky. These were $120. They have them in gray, white, and black. And those adjust in height, as do these right here. These remind me of kind of like barbershop chairs. These are $150. You've got this one is in black, and then they have the gray one. Let's see what else we have. This one on the end is $150, and then these are kind of cool. So these are all over it. So these are $80. So they have a gold one, a black one, a white one. And then we've just got some nice, I think these maybe kind of more farmhouse style, these stools. These are kind of cool. They are $60 and $70 depending on the height. So you've got counter and then you've got bar stool height. But I like that they had different finishes in that natural wood top. These are $85, so you've got your gray and your kind of cognac color. $100, $110 on those. And then these are all the same style, just different colors. Let's see which ones we have up top. Those are $160. I think those are pretty cool. The fabric on there is really pretty. So that one is $160, and the ones down below that you see are $120. They have a lot of items shoved back in the clearance area. So if you're looking for clearance things at the at-home store, you go in the outer perimeter of the store, and they'll have a lot of clearance kind of tucked in and around the sides and the back. And then oftentimes just kind of random aisles. These are all wood-based ones. I love these. $70. I like that they have the fabric on top. Makes them nice and comfy. Those are 35. That's some good budget prices right there. Those are reasonable. Different finishes. So you got some different options there. Sorry, I'll spin everybody back around here, not to make anyone dizzy. These are wood bases and then cushion tops, leather type material. These black one here, this one here, $55. It's all metal, including the top. And then $80 for just those. Those are kind of cool, those black and white ones. They have a bunch of kitchen tables, lots of kitchen tables. So this one is $500. This one over here is this also 500, 500, yeah. These, and again, oh, this one's actually 50% off. All right, stop the presses. We're going to call that one a dealio. $250 for a really good size dining room table that's got some pretty legs on it. Yep, I'd call that one a dealio. They've got some good basic sets in here. I like this one here. It just seats for $270. For those of you that have kiddos in school, is everyone all back and started, or when do they start? It seems like around here everyone is back in full swing. I like the cushion on that one. That one's pretty. And that gray, the gray color is nice. Here is that bar stool that we had looked at a couple aisles over, and I did sit down in it. It's comfortable. I thought it was comfortable. I don't know that I would classify it as a bigger chair, maybe kind of like medium size. Same with these. These were comfortable, but I think I would call them more medium size. But you could sit a while in both of those. They were good bottoms, I'll call them. We've got these items over here. These are, so this is $100. This is kind of cool. So you've got your USB and USB-C plus your power plug. These fabric drawers, those roll in and out pretty easy. All of these have those power connectors in there. So just depending on the size you need, the smaller ones are $60. They've got them in black and white. Makes it for a nice kind of charging station, not have everything right next to the bed. We'll pan around here. They have lots and lots of accent chairs, and most of them do swivel. This cocoa brown one, this one's really nice. So $350 there. This kind of smoky gray one, that one's $500, a leather type of material. This green chair with that kind of scalloped top around the back, that one is $300. We've seen that chair at Home Goods. We have some little, what do we have here? Storage ottomans? We do. They're in green, pink, and blue. $30. I like that. I like anything with kind of added storage. Storage is so important. But this store also has lots and lots of ottomans and poofs. A lot of these you'll recognize because we do see them over at Home Goods. And price-wise, the poofs and everything are about the same. So y'all, my husband, this is a table. My husband thought it was a trash can. He's like, that's the weirdest looking trash can. After I stepped back and looked, I was like, you know, I'll give it to him. I can see why he thought that. But that's a really cool little side table. You could throw your little throw blankets in there. And for $40, you can't go wrong on a little table that size. So we've got some braided chenille rugs back here. These are $60. So these are $180, and all of these have chargers and plugs on the top. So they've got USB and they have plugs way up there. See, I'm holding the camera up. I'm not that tall. You all can peep over the top for me. We've got some USBs on those. So it's not a regular plug, it's just the USB on that one. We'll kind of Inspector Gadget ourselves back down there. My husband tipped this one over for me, thank you. That one, yes, USBs on those. we've got lots and lots of Halloween. This is a lot of the cute Halloween up here. So these are little ceramics. And those are 15. These happy pumpkins, oh my goodness, $22 for this one. I think anytime I've ever tried to carve a pumpkin, it ends up looking like this happy pumpkins. I think that's the only kind of pumpkin I know how to carve. We've got a countdown. This is kind of cool. Whoops, sorry, I got a little hung up on that corner over there. Those are $6. That's not bad for a little countdown. Little ghosty boo, he's got his whole truckload of pumpkins right there. These little scarecrow pumpkins are so cute. Look at him with his little suspenders on and everything. And these skeletons with their bow tie, oh my goodness. Is there a price tag on him somewhere? I don't see prices on those. If I come across a price tag, I will let you know. So these ghosts are cute. They have little weighted bottoms and they also light up. Those are $35. These light up also. I'm going to call this cat here retro vintage. That's definitely a kind of a vintage feel to Halloween. Okay, so these are cool. They are little stakes they're little glow-in-the-dark eyeballs, and they're metal, so they can go outside. Those would be a riot in landscaping that is like kind of in a dark place, but they get charged up all day. That would be so funny. These are 17. Or in some little flower pots. Oh my goodness, that would be so funny. Those little skeletons just hanging out inside the pumpkin. And we've got our banjo. There was so much music playing in the store. I was going to let the audio play so you could hear this skeleton playing, but unfortunately I could not, because when they play music in the store, I'll get hit with a copyright strike and down goes my video. I've learned that lesson a couple times, a little the hard way. But he is cute. He's $70. And then there are topiaries. I love these. I was trying to figure out a couple shopping trips ago, just because the size of these, like where would these go? These are $130, and a couple of you had said in your foyers, which makes sense because there are a lot of houses that have foyers with a lot of generous space in there, and that would be a really cool thing to have in the entry. That one's $130. These are really cute. So these obviously do light up. I love these little vintage looking trees. These are $30. We all, I think, or some of us, I can't speak, but we've probably got some pretty young people hanging out with us. Don't remember the Christmas trees, the ceramic Christmas trees, and kind of where those came from. And we've got little ghosts popping out of the pumpkins over here. I think I like the ghosts. I don't know. I like the ghosts and the skeletons. Which one do you like better, the little skeletons or the ghosts? You've got this. Oh, look at this happy pumpkin bat. Can you see his eyes moving around looking at you? Blinking? That's adorable. That would be fun at night, or could be scary, but I think it would be fun. This great big pumpkin topiary here. This one is $230. And we've got a little skeleton lantern over here. That one's fun. That one's $30. Has an LED candle inside. Oh my goodness, sweater weather, $15. He had a lot of sweaters on there. Then we've got some placemats and table runners. These are kind of that rubbery type material. I don't know how else to describe that. They are $12. I like them. They have it kind of like that right amount of like glimmer to them. Have a positively happy Halloween. I love that one. Cute little pumpkin. We have some really fun towels in here. This store also does have a lot of pink Halloween decorations. It's a very popular color this Halloween. So we've got our little 2-pack of towels right there. Those are $8. So all of these in here came with 2. This one here, it's turkey time. I like this one, the candy corn. I am team candy corn. I know it's one of those candies that is very much, you either love it or you hate it. I like it. That pink boo was really pulling kind of Barbie here, ladies. Anyone else agree with me? The font on there, I looked at that and thought, Let's see what else we have. Oh my gosh, hold on here. I just moved past this bowl and he talks. Let me see if I can have y'all hear this. Hold on.
That's a good one. Made with my favorite ingredient.
He said that's a good one, made with my favorite ingredient. So I've got the little coffee cups up here also. Some fun paper plates. Sorry, I figured I could get close enough to him that it wouldn't pick up the background music, and hopefully that worked for y'all. What else do we have here? We've got some little witch hat plates down there, but also if you need a backdrop, little balloons and curtains, that's $8. That would make a really pretty backdrop for a dessert table in front of it, or little pictures. Those are cute. These are $5 for that pack. And then here is a striped paper table runner. I like the simplicity of that black and white stripe. Then we've got our Halloween bags and everything over here. Little tiny skeletons, all sorts of little things. Little lights for the pumpkins. We're going to make our way up and around to the register here in a minute. One of you had asked for me to keep an eye out for some seasonal soaps, and they do have some in here. Some really pretty, both fall and Halloween. These are pretty containers. And with that, everyone, we are going to wrap up and head out. They have so many pillows in here. So many pillows, so many colors, so much to choose from. Anyhow, thank you so much for watching, everyone. I hope you all have an amazing day. Take care, be safe, and I will see you all in the next video.